Hi ladies, I'm Barbara and I am your menopause drama mama. Today it is all about healthy hair and how you can get healthy hair, and do not take away from this video that there's so much to do or so much to take or use. It's not that. These essential supplements that you need to take, they will go far beyond just for your hair health. There are so many other things in your body that the supplements will help. And I am going to do a series of a whole string of videos from head to toe, including, it's going to be on your hair, your eyes, your ears, your skin, every single organ in your body. And you will see that many of these supplements that you end up having to take all will interchange with everything else in your body, so you can become healthier in your menopause years. And many of these things will also help men for their hair loss. So ladies, number one thing that you can do for your hair is take protein. Protein is the number one thing, and it goes far beyond just your hair health. But specifically for hair, your hair is 80 to 95% keratin, and keratin is made from amino acids, which come from the protein you typically eat. You need at least 80 to 100 milligrams or grams per day of protein. It's not milligrams, it is grams. So 80 to 100 grams of protein per day. I don't get enough in my meals. Dinner, I usually will make a chicken, or, other nights maybe some kind of a beef. Other nights I will do eggs. But for 3 meals out of the day, I don't get the protein that I need. So I do supplement with whey protein. And whey protein is considered the number one highest quality protein because it contains all 9 essential amino acids, and these provide the support for your keratin production in your hair. And they include, these are the amino acids that are included here: the leucine, lysine, cysteine, and methionine. And these amino acids are the building blocks your hair follicles need to produce new hair. So typically the reason why, our hair sheds, we lose a lot starting, with menopause, is because the estrogen decline. The muscle protein synthesis becomes less efficient in our body, and many women unintentionally eat way less protein than your bodies need during this time. So when you're in your 40s, you should start, taking in way more protein, because after that loss of estrogen starting around 50 years old, when you stop your menstrual cycle, it gets way worse, and symptoms get way worse in your body, and you will notice a lot more loss of your hair, shedding of your hair, and it just, overall, it's shitty. So I am just saying, number one thing to do is protein for your hair. If your body has limited protein available, it will prioritize essential organs and tissues over hair. So that it would be why you're going to start losing way more hair, because your body is letting you know that what protein it does get, it is, directing it in other organs that need it way more than your hair does. So, number one, get yourself a really good protein. This one is whey protein by Transparent Labs. I just looked it up, and I believe it was $56.99 for this container, and you only need 1 scoop, and this is, in 6 to 8 ounces of water. But I said I make myself an iced coffee in the afternoon. So and it says 30 servings. So I don't know. Get yourself a good whey protein. And like I said, this one is by Transparent Labs. Now I am going to move on to the other supplements that you should have. These are the most important nutrients, actually. Besides protein, you need iron, because low iron is one of the most common causes for hair shedding. Now, I would not take an iron supplement unless you've had blood work done and those labs show that you are low in iron. Zinc is another one that you need. It supports your hair growth and the follicle health of, your hair. Vitamin D. If you are low in vitamin D, that is linked to hair thinning. Omega-3 fatty acids, that is for your scalp hydration and inflammation control. Biotin is helpful if you are deficient, but I believe you would have to ask your doctor when you have any blood labs drawn to please check those numbers for you. Silica, that's another one that supports your hair strength and thickness. Copper, that helps with your hair pigment and your collagen production. Selenium is needed in very small amounts. Vitamin B12 is important for oxygen delivery to your hair follicles. Folate is necessary for your cell growth and repair. And iodine, that supports your thyroid health, which affects your hair. Now, these are the supplements that I would take if you are concerned about your health of your hair. Number one is collagen peptides. And I would go with the Verisol and Fortibone and Fortigel in your collagen peptides, because those are most effective during anytime over 40 years old to maintain more collagen in your body to start building it. So the one I have right now, I got this off of the Amazon Prime deal days, and I believe it normally runs somewhere $70-something, but I got it for 30-something. So this is the algae Cal that I am trying right now, and it has, the Fortibone, the Verisol, and it has the Fortigel in it. And your Verisol is going to help with your skin, your hair, your nails. The Fortibone is going to help with your bone, and the Fortigel UC2 is going to be for your joint support. Next up is silica, which is a bamboo extract. I've done videos on this before, and I have the micro ingredients, organic bamboo extract that I take. It's 2 tiny little spoons, and the spoon is in here, or it comes with this, and I typically will put that either in my oatmeal in the morning or in my coffee. It just depends, but you need bamboo silica also for your hair. You need a good omega-3 fatty acid, and right now I do have the Sports Research brand also in my omega-3. I bought the Cunol brand Advanced Omega-3 only because the Sports Research is like a freaking horse pill, and there are times when I'm taking it, I'm like, I feel like I'm gonna choke. So I wanted to see if I could find another really good brand for my omega-3, and this says it's 10 times better availability. We'll see. I just started taking this, but the pill is way smaller. It's half the size of the Sports Research brand. Here's the size for the pill for my omega-3 fatty acid. So that is a supplement you need for your healthy hair. Vitamin D3K2, I take that. That I have from Sports Research also. I take it every single day. And Iron you need, but only if your blood work, like I said prior, if your blood work shows that you are low in it. Astaxanthin, I have mentioned this and I have done videos on this. I will not go a day without taking astaxanthin because there are so many benefits with this supplement, and it goes way beyond for your hair health, but it's like the #1 most powerful antioxidant, and it helps with your eyes. The great thing for summertime, astaxanthin shows that it works from the inside out for your skin as a sun barrier. So I love this stuff. I will take it probably for the rest of my life. So the astaxanthin for your hair. Magnesium, another one. Now every single night I take my magnesium glycinate. I take 2 before, like about 2 hours before bedtime. So this is great for your hair health. You can also take the magnesium L-threonate during the day if you want, and that crosses your blood-brain barrier, so that will support your brain. Like I said, all of these supplements go way beyond just for your hair health, so don't feel like you're overwhelmed, like I got to take all of this for my freaking hair to look good. I am telling you, this will go for your entire body. And so magnesium, it will help you sleep, and it is so relaxing. So I take 2 hours before bed usually, and I sleep all night long. So you need magnesium for healthy hair. A B complex is also great, especially the B12. This one is the one that I am taking. But you want to always make sure that B12 is the methylcobalamin. That is the best, most effective for your B12. I have read and did research. There is another B12 out there, but that actually will start depleting away from your Bs in your body. So make sure the B12 is the methylcobalamin. If you can read that right there. Next up is, this is an option. You don't have to do it. But if you want to take like a marine collagen, now I don't need a marine collagen, but I believe this algae cal probably is as close as to that as I can get. So I take this for my collagen. Pumpkin seed oil capsules is another one you can take. I don't have that. I've never taken that. I do have pumpkin seeds though, so I'll chew on those every once in a while. And because pumpkin seeds actually does have more health effects for other things in your body. The best hair-friendly foods, the best that you can eat for your hair to be very healthy is #1 is eggs. 2 is salmon, 3 sardines, 4 grass-fed beef. I don't buy grass-fed beef. I just try and buy a nice quality beef. And I have bought it from a farmer that I know, she has has calves that, and then when they grow, they take them off to slaughter. But anyway, so I have bought my meat through her. Chicken, cottage cheese, pumpkin seeds, Brazil nuts. You only need 1 or 2 Brazil nuts a day. How healthy and easy is that? Berries, avocados, sweet potatoes. I do make sweet potatoes at least twice a week with my dinner. Spinach, lentils, and oysters. Oysters are extremely rich in zinc. So if you like oysters, you're getting enough zinc if you can get that. I am going to move on from what you should take to ways for you, what you can use in your hair. I hope I have not lost you already by this being too long, but I want to make sure that you get the most amount and most effective things to have healthy hair. The oils that you want to use in your hair are rosemary. I do have a rosemary oil that I do use. This is the most researched natural oil for hair growth. So I use this. You can use a pumpkin seed oil and a castor oil, which is good for conditioning and reducing breakage. So I don't know if before you would probably take a shower, maybe you could do a whole conditioning thing with castor oil. That stuff is very thick though. I have never used it in my hair. But I would say you could definitely mix a castor oil in your hair with coconut oil or argan oil, and those oils are also listed as healthy ways for you to have healthy hair with an oil. And also the other one is jojoba oil, and that will help moisturize your scalp. You can do shampoos also for your hair. Now I don't always buy this, but right now I'm just using my Aveda shampoo and conditioner. They're both, rosemary mint, so I like it. I love the smell of rosemary mint, but you want to have, a good shampoo if you can. Now, some say you should use Nioxin or Pura D, or for your health, that's if you have thinning hair, but for the health of your scalp, you can use Ketoconazole 1% shampoo or Nizoral, and if you want more volume in your hair, you can use a biotin shampoo or a collagen infused shampoo. You can also do a sea salt scrub. I do have one by Christoph Robin, and only once a week I would use this. I don't need to, do a scrub on my hair every single day. I would not do that anyway with a sea salt scrub. It smells wonderful. You do not need a lot of this. This tiny little thing was like $12 on Amazon during Prime Deal days. But this is a cleansing, purifying scrub. So this is going to literally, you in the shower, separate your hair, take a little bit of this out. I would rub it in my, my fingers so it doesn't just come out as one huge glob of salt. And then just go through and separating your hair, putting that in there. And you can use, if you want also, I thought I brought it out here, but I guess I didn't. It's, I don't know, it's that little pointer thing I use actually when I wash my hair in the shower. I swore I grabbed it. I must have set it down. Anyway, I'll put a picture of it here for you that I use on to wash my hair, and it's not like plastic, it's a rubber, and it has all these little points on it. So anyway, but I use that. Other things that you can do, because lifestyle habits also matter, is do strength training 2 to 4 times a week. Like I said before, for your protein, eat 80 to 100 grams of protein every day. Manage your stress. Prioritize sleep. You should get at least 8 hours of sleep, ladies. Limit, like crash dieting. Dieting does not help during menopause, and there's so many reasons for that, but I'm not going to go into that because that would be another whole video. Avoid really tight hairstyles. That is really bad for your scalp and your hair. Protect your hair from excessive heat styling, and get your thyroid and iron levels checked if shedding increases, as you are aging. The 5 most common reasons women lose their hair after menopause is 1, estrogen levels declining, low protein intake, low iron or ferritin, and those you would have to have a blood test done to make sure if you are low on those. A thyroid dysfunction, chronic stress, and elevated cortisol. And I would just do, just a little bit of meditation. to get stress down, light a really nice candle for yourself, a quality candle, not something crappy, but a nice quality candle. Sit cross-legged, if you can, on your bed or on the floor, because cross-legged will help your hips also. So those are the 5 top things that are common reasons for women losing their hair. And the 5 top solutions, just a recap, is number 1 is protein, vitamin D, omega-3s, fatty acids, rosemary oil, and strength training. So you don't have to buy all of these things, but if you wanted your 5 top solutions, ladies, 5 top, is get yourself the protein. Get yourself some whey protein so you make sure you get enough of it during the day. Make sure you are taking D3K2. Make sure you are having your omega-3, your rosemary oil in your hair. Now, I would just mix this with some shampoo, just a couple drops. You don't need a whole freaking tincture of this stuff, I would just put a couple drops of rosemary oil in your shampoo that you are using, and do strength training, at least 3 times a week. So that's it. Healthy hair for you in those menopause years, and these will help for men also. So, of course, men, they have actually a couple other things. They have this thing called, I think it's something alopecia, but whatever. This is, all of these things can also help for men, for their hair. So anyway, ladies, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you're having a fantastic day wherever you are in this world. I'm so sorry it took me just over 20 minutes to do this and explain healthy hair for you. But I will talk to you very, very soon. Always sending blessings, high vibrations your way. Love you, ladies. Bye-bye.